The man's sword began to burn black, and an overwhelming power emerged from his form. This is the space of Caslana Stigmata, where every power from the Caslana rival one another. It was obvious that the power he was wielding had nothing to do with the Caslana name. Impossible. This unprecedented power, it is... The people of this era have triumphed over Honkai many times, perhaps too many times, as it made them naive. So naive that they forgot this is only the remains of a cycle and a chess composition set by another. In that case, before the only project is completed, I, the representative of the finality, will show you, the representative of humanity, the real horrors. I'm Kevin. Caslana has long meant nothing to me. I'm the will of Caslana Stigmata. Kevin, you leave me no choice. You can't save her. All in all, you know nothing about Honkai. But you don't know a thing about your descendants either. In the past, I was like you, merely a distant spectator that served the purpose of those machines. I despise your destiny, despise how weak they were. Until I met a person who lost the Caslana name. Her unrelenting will against fate made me realize how foolish I was. Kevin, your descendants are not anyone's pawn, and they are not replaceable lives. You have no reason to kill any of them. Prepare yourself. You're about to face karma. But if they cannot even endure this, then the will they have is only a meaningless cry. You disappoint me, administrator of the Stigmata. It's high time you ended your mission. It's about time to end this meaningless fight. The will of Caslana Stigmata vanished. The final trace of its powers entered Teresa's Apocalypse body. Kevin, what did you just do? That's not important. You should worry about yourself first. We once gave everything we had to exchange for merely half a day in face of the finality. In that short yet lasting time, We could only protect all of you. You did well. 50,000 years earlier, you could fight in the final battle. Only Project Stigma doesn't need extra variables, and it's futile to continue a one-sided battle. Farewell, Teresa. The blade of judgment had been swung. For World Serpent, Saint Freya's principal and her Herrscher students would vanish at the end of space and time. The authority of finality had returned, and it would give due meaning to a moment 50,000 years ago. Countdown, 1 minute. After passing through a dark and narrow passage, the girl finally arrived at the final destination of her trip. Her slightly cloudy serpentine pupils reflected the crystal blue light screen. Huh? We haven't seen each other for a long time. Won't you say hello to me, Prometheus? Dr. Mobius, I'm number 17. Although it's a pleasant surprise to see you here, I don't understand why you would choose a suicidal act. Suicidal? That's how you see it, huh? According to my impromptu calculations, with the finality running, your vital function will cease to function in about half an hour. Pretty much. But that also applies to your body, Prometheus. I'm number 17. The machine doll stubbornly stressed that point. She did not like sharing her name, especially with number 0 that could not get over herself, or number 17 that was produced in the same batch. Dr. Prometheus, as an AI, I can freely upload my mind. But you? Oh, I get it. You think I can't do it, right? Understandable. To your knowledge, mantises depend on their flesh. Unfortunately, we can't reach other Prometheus models at the moment. Otherwise, they'll tell you the similarities between Project Stigma and the 8th Divine Key. Right. Instead of worrying about my adventure, you should be worrying about the plan you're going to execute. After all, you'll follow the trail that woman Alicia blazed and perform a feat that's the exact opposite but equally remarkable. You'll become a Trojan horse projected to the imaginary side, impose the constraint of thought on Honkai, and drive it onto a track laid by humans. Do you know what that really means? I will no longer be able to emulate human thinking. That's some downplaying. On the pathway that connects this planet to the imaginary space, your invasion will induce the birth of countless parallel consciousnesses. You should know the tentative name May gave them, Imaginary Renormalization Group. Their existence solidifies the occurrence of pattern of Honkai, allowing the power of Herrscher to remain unchanged to the greatest extent possible in all mappings. In other words, you'll be the biggest contributor to the war against Honkai in the next era, because the Herrschers they will encounter starting from Herrscher of Reason will be the same as those in our era. But it comes at a price. Your consciousness will become one of them and be mercilessly engulfed by them, unless the only backdoor is activated correctly by someone. But that activation also means death of you and the entire renormalization group. That's alright. I never anticipated possessing human thinking. Discarding a false construct will only pay me less. Compared to number 0, you can really irk me in this regard, number 17. But, oh well, this is an infinity that only belongs to you. Prometheus wanted to say something, but an all-devouring darkness had already come between them. I guess the time for us to say goodbye has come. Say goodbye to this world, Prometheus. I'm number 17. I know, but rather than code numbers or hyperbolic will of Honkai, I want you to have a human name. Who's there? I'm sorry, my sudden appearance must have made you more nervous. First, the Hyperion kept drifting off course, then Teresa fell into coma, then just now her body bizarrely disappeared in deep space. Just when you're at your wit's end, the mysterious eye showed up. Who are you exactly? Me? You can just call me passing female lead A. Anyway, I'm here to help. As for proof, I know in half an hour Hyperion will be torn apart by the space distorted by Project Stigma. What? Don't panic, you're not hopeless. The tactical role of airborne carrier, the prototype of Selene, they're not irreplaceable. Teresa is lost in the Stigma space, which may be an opportunity for you to get away. Don't forget that AI is pure consciousness. As long as you have a data carrier, you have a chance of survival and can help everyone in your own way. In my own way, such as controlling all the functions of Hyperion simultaneously? You're bright. Result-wise, Project Stigma will construct a complex pseudo-time crystal between Earth and the Moon. It will indeed destroy any foreign matter that intrudes into the space, but it will also a special opportunity that we can seize. You don't know what a pseudo-time crystal is? That's too difficult to explain. Can we save it for the next time? Don't worry, this won't be the last time we meet. Come on, let's get to work. The female lead began working urgently, feeding Hyperion different complex commands non-stop. She really didn't have the time to explain. Countdown 25 minutes. The moon hung high in sapphire. After a day's work, people were drifting off to sleep. Countdown 20 minutes. Arc City had lit up. The streets were filled with the aroma of hot pots and mala tang. Countdown 15 minutes. It was almost the evening rush hour in Moscow. The empty metro station would soon be packed. Countdown 10 minutes. Belgrade was enjoying a warm afternoon. Cats stretched lazily in the sun. Countdown 5 minutes. Saint-Fontaine saw a downpour unusual for the summer in southern atmosphere. People unaccustomed to dark clouds mistake it with eclipse. Countdown 3 minutes. Another quiet morning in New York. A traveling painter sitting on the lawn of Central Park was about to open a new sketchbook. Countdown 1 minute. At the foot of El Morro Castle in Havana, early rising children were clumsily but earnestly practicing Shenzhou fists after their sifu. Countdown ends. It happened in a split second. The world was empty. Then the thing that had existed reappeared, as if nothing had changed, but it was only an illusion. Mountains, oceans, rivers, cities, and even Hyperion that was 380,000 kilometers away all began to transform and reconstruct under the new laws. The minutes humans amid them were gone. They had become mountains, they had become seas, they had joined this planet. In a common dream brought by Project Stigma. The moon, a silver desert covering 38 million square kilometers of surface area, a dead waste over 4 times as large as Sahara. In the corner of this uninhabited planet, an ancient mechanical life was cleaning the room for the children that would come. The earth is like leaves. It grows before the flowers and fruits, and builds a living earth. Compared to it, all fauna and flora are merely living a parasitic life.
与它相比，一切动植物的生命都不过在过一种寄生生活。
He went about his work methodically, occasionally reciting his favorite prose poems. He recalled what that scholar stated in another chapter. Manual laborers, when gazing into fire at night, cast the chaotic and vulgar thoughts they had in the day into the fire to purify them. He looked at the statistics on the computer. The data was too trivial to serve any real purpose, but its comprehensiveness alone gave it some metaphysical value. A person that does not commit to any vocation can never attain tranquility. No success is achieved through discarding. Alas, being a poet must be the most difficult job, surpassing all past glories by oneself. In any age, this is a job purely for geniuses. Someone like me can only dare to tell silly doggerel fit for a clown when performing comedy for kids. The room had been cleaned. He returned to the computer and casually deleted some obsolete files. Among them was a promotional video that took him months to make but had never been published. But that did not discourage him. He only played video games while his headset played his rather charming speech one last time. Human friends around the world, good evening. I'm Grey Serpent, the temporary spokesperson for World Serpent. I'm sorry to take up your time during other programs. In the next few minutes, I will concisely summarize how the fate of humanity and Earth has changed drastically in the past few hours. In fact, thanks to the secret efforts of World Serpent, the disaster known as Honkai has disappeared from the Earth. If you experience any conditions today, please do not worry. This is only an insignificant side effect of eliminating Honkai. Your lives are not threatened. Furthermore, they will merge into a sea of thought, merge into spiritual Adam. The world, realistic and ugly, will lose its meaning for you, while the dream, eternal and sweet, will become your only reality. You will be freed from the shackles of time. Your dreams will be connected, which will build a true miracle that transcends everything. Bless you. The fabled Elysium is rising as I speak. Every soul that hears this gospel will receive the truest proof of immortality. That was where the recording ended. Grey Serpent smiled self-mockingly and tapped the screen, completely deleting the source video. Months of work came to naught, but he felt grateful for always being tasked with the most creative jobs among the Grey Serpents. Caring for children was much more interesting than fighting. Don't you agree?
你们说对吗？